Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Today I have a problem. The camera is not working properly, so I
Okay, ma'am.
could not write on the board and figure and anything. I could not do this. So it's a audible class will be on there. Is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
We have done that two types of endocrine glands. One is thyroid glands, another is adrenal gland. We have completed these two glands. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have to start the third one, and it is pancreas. Pancreas is the gland which is endocrine as well as exocrine, because pancreas is the part of digestive system also, and in digestive system they excrete enzyme, but in case of endocrine it secretes hormones, and it is behind the stomach. The pancreas is situated behind the stomach, although it is a mainly a digestive gland. I told you that it's a part of digestive system also. So it has a cluster of hormones secreting cells called islets of Langerhans. There is a structure present on pancreas, and this structure is just like a islets, and these are known as Langerhans, islets of Langerhans. They secrete two principal hormones. They secrete two types of hormone. One is insulin and other is glucagon. First one is insulin. When a person suffering from diabetes, it means it secretes more glucose, and this glucose will go out from the body by the urine. So this causes tiredness, fatigue, and loss of water, because in this disease the person go for the urine by again and again. So insulin lower the glucose from the blood stream in three ways. Insulin is a hormone which controls the secretion of glucose in the body, and the insulin act in three ways. First is it converts extra glucose to glycogen. The extra glucose turn into glycogen, which will not go out from the body, which is ultimately stored in the liver and muscles. And this glycogen is stored in the liver and the muscle, and this glycogen will not go out from the body. The first act of insulin is to convert the extra glucose in glycogen, and the other thing is it induces the cells to burn extra glucose to produce heat and energy for the bodies. If extra glucose is present in the body, it stimulate the cell to burn extra glucose to produce energy. And the third act of insulin is causes the cell to convert extra glucose into fat, and it causes for cell to convert the extra glucose into fat. There is three types of action done by the insulin. First one is extra glucose change into glycogen, and the glycogen is stored in liver and muscles. And the second one is it induces the cell to burn the extra glucose to produce heat and energy. And the third is the extra glucose change into fat. There are three types of act done by the insulin. Insufficient secretion of insulin causes diabetes. If there is a lacking of insulin or insufficient amount of insulin causes diabetes. In this disease, and the proper name of diabetes is diabetes mellitus. A diabetic patient has a high concentration of sugar in its urine, in the blood. He secretes a great deal urine loaded with the sugar and feels thirsty because of the loss of water through too much urination. The person go for the urination again and again. Due to this, the water and sugar go out from the body. The person suffering from the lack of water and um, become weak due to the loss of sugar. Usually he loses weight and tends to become weak, and the effect of this disease is he becomes weak and lose its weight. In certain person, the glucose level comes down due to oversecretion of insulin. In some time, oversecretion of insulin is also there. In this case, it is also harmful for the body and may have serious consequences. The other hormone secreted by the pancreas is glucagon. It stimulates the breakdown of glucagon in the liver to glucose. The function of glucagon is what? Change the glycogen into glucose. The function of insulin
Ma'am,
is, yes?
ma'am, we cannot see the board.
There is a problem in camera. I told you, you cannot see
Yes, ma'am.
camera and all the things.
Yes, ma'am.
I could not do this today.
Okay, ma'am.
So I explain you verbally only. The function of glycogen is what? Change the glycogen into glucose. The function of insulin is change the glucose into glycogen. But the function of glycagon hormone is change the glycogen into glucose. The reverse process is done by the glycogen. Thus, it raises the sugar level in the blood. This is all about the pancreas. Do you want to ask anything about this?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Can I take the next?
Okay, ma'am.
And that is,
Okay, ma'am.
okay,
Okay, ma'am.
pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland. It's a small in size and pea-shaped gland located below the brain. It's just below the brain. It secretes many hormones. The hormones secreted by the pituitary glands are in several numbers, some of which regulate the activity of other endocrine glands also. And some hormones regulate the activity of other endocrine glands. They stimulate. The hormone of secreted by the pituitary gland regulate the hormone secretion by the other glands. So the pituitary gland is also known as the master gland. Which gland is the master gland in the body? And the answer is pituitary gland.
Pituitary.
Yes.
Pituitary.
Yeah, because the secretion of many hormones and it regulate all the endocrine glands also. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Some of the function of major hormone produced by the pituitary glands are there. Some hormones are given in the book, and that is growth hormone. Pituitary glands hormone regulate the growth of a person, especially in the adolescent years. It means just 12 to 19 years age. It secretes and regulates the growth of a person, of an adolescent child. insufficient amount of growth hormone causes dwarfism. If the hormone secreted by the pituitary gland, growth hormone is insufficient, it is small in quantity, then the person suffer from the dwarfism. And the excess secretion of this hormone, growth hormone, regulate in gangetism. Say it has a too much height due to the over secretion of this hormone, and the less secretion of this hormone causes dwarfism. Thyroid stimulating hormone. This hormone stimulates the thyroid gland to produce and secrete thyroxine hormone. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next hormone secreted by the pituitary gland is follicle stimulating hormone. It influences the production of sperms in males and ova and eggs in female. They are responsible and stimulate the hormone uh, sperm in males and ova in the females. The pituitary gland plays an important role in the birth process as it produces hormone. During the birth time of a baby, it produces many hormone and controls the contraction of muscles of the uterus during childbirth. Then prolactin hormone stimulates the breast to produce milk after childbirth. After childbirth, the prolactin hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland to produce milk for a baby. These are the hormones secreted by the pituitary glands. Here is a table of hormone glands, the location of gland, hormones and function of the hormones. First is thyroid gland. It either side of the windpipe just below the larynx. Where it is found, it is either side of the windpipe and just below the larynx. The hormone secreted by the thyroid is thyroxine hormone, and which controls the metabolic rate of the body. Adrenal gland secretes adrenaline hormone, and it is located like a cup over the kidney. The adrenal gland found over the kidney, both the kidney. So they are two in numbers. The function of adrenaline hormone is prepare the body for an emergency situation, sudden shock or sudden happiness. Everything is regulated by the adrenal hormone, adrenaline hormone. Pancreas behind the stomach. The location of pancreas is behind the stomach, and there are two types of hormones secreted by the pancreas. One is insulin, which regulate the sugar in blood, and other is glycogen, which release sugar from the liver. And the next and important gland of the body is pituitary gland. It is also known as master gland, and several hormones are secreted by the pituitary gland. The location of pituitary gland is below the brain. There are three main hormones secreted by the pituitary glands are given in the table. First is growth hormone, which speeds up the growth of a person, growth of an adolescent child. If it is over secreted, then the height become the gangetism. Too much height the person can gain. And when the insufficient amount of this growth hormone causes for the dwarfism. Thyroid stimulating hormone, it regulate and stimulate the thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine hormone. And the third one is follicle stimulating hormone, it is FSH. It is stimulate the production of sex cells, gametes in males and females. This is all about the endocrine glands. The next is adolescence. The age of 12 to 19 years is known as adolescence. A child is not in the infant and child condition, and it is also not in a adult condition. Between the 12 to 19 years age is known as adolescent age. Growth begins from the day an individual is born. When a baby born, it it is growing from the same day. A newborn baby has a complete sex organs. However, the testes of a baby boy are not yet able to produce sperm, and the ovaries of the baby girls can't be produce eggs even though hundreds of immature eggs are already present in them. A newborn baby has the ovary, but they do not has the capacity to produce ova, but it has immature eggs in them. Growing up is a natural process. The period of life when the body undergoes development leading to a reproductive maturity is called adolescence. When a child leading to a reproductive maturity, the, the development stage is known as adolescence. Adolescence is a transitional stage of physical and mental human development that occurs between the childhood and adulthood. This is the age between the childhood and adulthood. The term adolescence derived from the Latin word adolescere, which means to grow. Adolescere means to grow into maturity. It is a time of rapid development of growing towards physical and sexual maturity. An adolescent is neither a child nor an adult. In between the child and adult condition, the adolescent person, the period between 10 to 19 years of age in an individual's life is called adolescence. The, the time between the 10 to 19 years, the period between 10 to 19 years is known as adolescence. It normally begins around the age of 12 and lasts up to the 18 and 19. However, this period may vary from person to person. This period may be vary from person to person. In girl, adolescence may begin a year or two earlier than the boy. This is all about the adolescence and the period of adolescence. There are different changes we can see during the adolescence. Physical change during the adolescence. Upon crossing the age of 10 or 11 years, there is a sudden spurt in growth which is quite noticeable. Spurt means sudden increase in growth, and which we can notice, which we can see in the body of a person. These changes taking place in the body under the influence of hormones, because all the endocrine glands become active and secretes hormone, and these hormones uh, are the causes for the change, physical and mental change in the person. The following physical change occur during the adolescence. There are many changes occur in the period of adolescence, and these are increase in height. During 10 to 19 years, a person increases its height. The most visible and conspicuous change during adolescence is the sudden increase in height. During this period, the bones of the arms and legs elongate. The bones of arms and legs become larger, elongate. The weight of the body also increase. Initially, girls grow faster than boys. Girls grow faster as compared to the boys. But towards the end of their teenage, both reach their maximum height. At the age of 19 to 20, they get um, their maximum height. The rate of growth in height varies in different individuals. They are varies in different individuals because it is the cause of heredity. Change in body shape. Boys generally have longer bones and more muscle as compared to the girls. Boys has the physical power as well as muscle power. They have more physical and muscle power as compared to the girls. Boys have broader shoulder and narrow hips, while the girls have curvaceous body and broader hips due to the enlargement of hip bones. Change in voice. At the period of adolescence, boys change its voice. It becomes harsh and hoarse voice. During adolescence, the larynx or the voice box begin to grow. It is present in the neck, windpipe, near the windpipe, larynx. The boy develop larger voice boxes. This can be seen in boys as a protruding part of the throat, which has been called the Adam's apple. This producing part of voice in boys we can see in the throat, and it is known as Adam's apple. In girls, the voice box is smaller in size. Generally, girls have a high-pitched voice, whereas boys have a deep, hoarse voice. We can see this in our classmates develop a hoarse voice. This is due to the muscles of their groin voice box that develop to a larger extent, changing their voice. This situation remains for a brief period, maybe or a few months, after which the voice become normal after some time. The next change is increased activity of fat and sebaceous gland. During this adolescent period, the sweat glands become active. During adolescence, the secretion of sweat glands and sebaceous glands, oil glands. Sebaceous glands means oil glands. And due to the activeness of this sebaceous gland, oil glands, some people get acne and pimples on their face. At this time, because of the increased activity of the gland in the skin. These are the physical change during the adolescence. Next topic we will take in next class. If you want to ask anything, you can ask.
Okay,
No doubt,
ma'am. No doubt, ma'am.
Okay. We will see next topic in next class. For today, I am leaving.
Okay, ma'am.
Have a nice day.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
हाँ अरे बुक्स भी निकालनी पड़ती है जो